Admissions Clinic. Hi guys, I hope you're well. Right, today I'm going to crack on. So we've got some pros and cons to talk about. So today I'm going to talk about the post-study work comparison between UK and Malta. Then I'll be talking to you about the comparison, the difference between proof of funds between UK and Malta. That's quite important. Also, if there's any UK university related admission related deadlines, I'm going to talk about that, followed by Malta, and any other questions that you might have, I'll ask you. Now, I'm going to see, Sei wants to come on. I'm just going to. Right, so I've accepted your request. Hello, GK Illustrations. Always happy to see you here. Right, so I've accepted your request. So if you want to come, Sei, that's fine, not a problem. Okay, right. So while you're doing that, let me talk to you very quickly about post-study work between UK and Malta. So basically now, come to think of it, I'm a bit confused.com with regards to what I should be promoting to my students. What is better for you guys? Obviously, you know more than me, so I'm just increasing my light. Right, that should be better. So that's the plan. Okay, let me start from the beginning. So the post-study work in the UK is 24 months, 2 years. Okay, it is 2 years. We've had an MAC review, which is a review done in the UK a couple of weeks ago. We were all holding our breaths to see what's going to happen. And fortunately, I'm very happy to say, hello, Yusuf. I'm very happy to say that it is 12 months, 24 months. So after UK, if you wish to stay after graduation, if you want to stay in the UK, it is 24 months. We've got a election coming up in July, but that has no impact. They have seen no evidence that students are taking advantage of the post-study work. So that's a good thing. Okay, so it's good to be in the UK. So if you compare that to Malta, the post-study work in Malta is actually 9 months. 9 months. It is a short period of time. Saying that Malta, the unemployment rate, I've just checked on the website, is 2.9% unemployment, meaning jobs are available in the UK, but saying that you've only got 9 months, you've got to get your act together in 9 months, whereas in the UK it's 24 months. So do keep that in mind. Right, the next thing which I need to talk about is proof of funds. Now, you know your budget, you know your finances, you know what your parents are capable of, what you're capable of, not me. So I'm just going to give the facts and then you can decide what you want to do. So basically, proof of funds in the UK, my friends, is you need to show your living costs, and if you have any remaining fees, you've got to show that in the bank for only 28 days. Only 28 days. Okay, so for example, if you're studying outside London, it's £9,207. For example, I have a student here called Yusuf who wants to study in Toronto University. So it'd be £9,207 you need to show in the bank for 28 days. For example, GK illustration, for example, if they want to study, let's say in Malta, you have to show €11,000 for proof of funds and you have to pay the whole fee up front, which is €5,000 for October. Okay, so can you see it really, really varies? The €11,000 for Malta has to be shown for 6 months. For 6 months, my friends. I did a live with somebody yesterday with Faye Damilola. Please follow her if you can. If you want to know who she is and what I talked about yesterday, just let me know. I'll let you know by DM. But basically, this is what I really need to say to you guys, which is really important. At the end of the day, whether it's 28 days or whether it's 6 months, you need to show the required amount. Now, if that amount goes down by £1 or €1, that is a clear rejection. So what I'm trying to say, my friends, is even though me as a responsible agent and any other agent or any university say you need £9,207 or €11,000, you need to put more money in the bank because I need to talk about this, about fixed amount. Is there a legal document to prove it? We need to talk about this because what it is that if you put something fixed, does it stay at that value of when you put it in the bank? I don't know. I'm not a bank specialist. We need to, you need to tell me this. For example, if you put €11,000, is it going to stay at 11,000 or will it devalue because the Naira is getting weaker? I don't know. So the amount is the same, but then by the time you get the bank statement, will it remain as €11,000 equivalent or will it go up or down? That's my worry. So what I mean to say is this, my friends. What do you want to do? Do you want to wait for 6 months for that 11,000 to stay in that bank for 6 months. Now, if you think about it, if I put the money today, let's say we're still in May, and you leave that money in the bank till October, do you really think, tell me your gut feeling, I need to know, do you think that money is going to remain at 11,000 in October? Just say yes or no. I'll give you 5 seconds. I really need to talk about this because I'm very concerned. Recently, I saw the graph of the Naira, how it goes up and down, up and down. I'm a bit worried, so I am giving advice to people about this. But I need to know from you guys, what's your hunch? What's your gut feeling? That's what I thought. Akan Saluru, that was my hunch as well. So my question is this. I need to tell my student, so that is you guys, that where do you want, so there's a risk. Whether it's 28 days, the Naira could change. Whether it's 6 months, the Naira could change. So it's a matter of where you want to put the money and for which destination. So do you want to risk it for 6 months or do you want to risk it just for 28 days? If it's a 28-day proof of funds, does anybody, I hope I'm making sense. 28 days is the proof of funds needed for the UK. 6 months proof of funds is needed for Malta. Okay, I have a very wonderful friend, a very good person indeed. Wak Doctor is a big social influence. Alhamdulillah, he's been really promoting me big time. I'm really grateful for that. But what I would like to say to you in response to that you've got to be really clever and think, okay, Afsana Ma said for UK it's 28 days, for Malta it's 6 months. Can I afford it? Can I manage it? What should be done? Okay, so I'm going to tell you for UK. For example, because I'm from the UK, I'm from England. So basically, if it's for the UK, let's say Akan Solo has paid all of it, all of his fee, then all you need to show is your living costs, which is outside London, £9,206. If it's in London, it's £12,006, I believe. So if you are my client, my student, if I was applying on your behalf, that's my job. I would make sure, I would advise you that don't just put 9,000, add another 2,000, 3,000 max. That's what I do. I would ask you if you're in the UK, if you want to apply for the UK. If you're applying for Malta, because it's for 6 months, my goodness, how much more money could you put in? I have no idea. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys. If you're putting 11,000 in the bank, you need to add more because your currency is changing. I'm not going to say weaker. We hope that it gets better. Of course, we pray, but it's going to change. So how much more do you need to put to accommodate the 6 months? Could you guys tell me? Let's see if you guys have got any ideas. What advice I should give students? What advice would you give yourself if you're going to Malta? Let me know. I would really like to know. So for UK, I would say another 2,000, 3,000. What about if you put in the proof funds in the bank for 6 months? How much more money should you put in? Let me know what you think. I really need to know. This is so important. Right. Akin Soleri say he wants to come on board. I know you're requesting, but you're not coming. Okay, so that's that. Let me know. It's very important. You think 14 to 15 euros, my goodness. So you think you should put in 3 to 4,000 euros more. Okay, so for UK, I would say 2. Akin Soloriesi, he's saying 3 to, no, hold on, 14. So that's 3 to 4,000 euros added. So can you see now, my friends, you need to think, what do you want to do? Plus and minus, it all makes sense. Malta fees are cheaper, UK fees are not as cheap. The cheapest I can do for HND holders is £9,500. That's the cheapest I can do, but you need IELTS. It's a top up for business or childcare related courses. Are you applying for Malta? Yes, I am. I am. Is it Amma? Yeah, we're just discussing, Jenny. That's all. We're just discussing because sometimes we need to discuss because who else is going to talk about this? We need to talk about this because if it's happening to you, you need to know that are you in the right position? Because we need to make sure on my watch, at least, that you don't get rejection, not even for €1. We have to be careful. But yeah, I am applying. I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying how much more you needed. I'm just talking to you. That's all I'm doing. I'm not scaremongering. I'm just planning this with you so that you know what to do and where, then you can make your decision depending on your budget, Right, so that's that. So that's proof of funds. I've talked about that. I've talked about PSW. Proof of funds I've talked about. Okay, so that's that. How are we doing for time? Okay. Right. So the next thing which I need to say is UK university deadlines. I'm very happy to say we are still accepting applications for UK universities. Right. Oh, another question. Let me ask this to you guys because you lot don't never respond to my stories. Let's see if you get this. Do you think which one would have? Because I represent both, so I can't really answer that question. Guys, could you tell me? There's 7 of you watching. Which one would be more valuable if you were to go back home with this kind of degree? Would it be a UK-based degree or a Maltese degree? Let me know. I'd love to know from you lot. I know what the answer is, but I need to know from you. Right, Jenny, no, you don't need IELTS for Malta for the courses that I'm promoting. You don't need it. DM me direct. Okay, right. So what do you think? Do you think that if you go with a British degree, that is more valuable for if you go back home? Or if you have a degree from Malta, would that be more valuable? What do you think? I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. Right, none of you is going to answer. Okay. My hunch is, which course am I promoting, Stephanie? Okay. Everything. Okay. So everything UK based, Stephanie, and also for Malta, it's business, mainly business. Okay, I can solely from your research, you think they're almost the same value. Okay, so he's going to be on the fence. Okay, that's fine. I personally think it's UK because of the quality, but the thing is, the quality in Malta, these courses are recognized by the Maltese government, so there is quality, there is some value to these courses. So my point is, these are the kind of things that will be coming into your mind. So you've got to be very, very, make sure you're 100% happy with the course that you're doing. I'm not here to confuse you. I'm here just to give you facts. They're ugly facts, I know. Not everybody talks about this, but someone has to. That when you compare between countries, which one is better, which one is worse, you need to do the research and make sure you're 101% happy. So that's that. Another official comment which I'd like to say, my friends, is I'm no longer accepting applications for October. As of today, I'm no longer because I'm accepting any applications up to today for October intake. Otherwise, it'll have to be Feb intake. Okay, because the proof of funds for even Feb, you have to put it in the bank as in now, as in May, unless you have a financial sponsor. Okay, so just be aware of that. Right, I'm kind of done. But like I said, about UK-based degrees, I'm starting to go back to UK because we've got a bit of a gap. So I'm going to keep talking about UK university admissions. I don't know if you've noticed in my stories, I'm actually talking about deadlines, CAS deadlines, deposit deadlines, all because I'm linked with several universities, alhamdulillah. I'm going to keep promoting that because if you're applying for a particular university, you need to know the deadlines. Very important. I don't want you to miss. Every year, it's really heartbreaking actually. So I'm a bit serious today. It is heartbreaking as a human being from one human to another. It is heartbreaking when you don't meet the deadlines, when you've done so much hard work to meet your target. And my friends, in universities, a deadline means a deadline. You really have to respect that. So, keep an eye on the stories. Whenever I get the chance to get deadlines, I'll share them with you. Then you can plan. Okay, what's that saying in King Richard, the movie? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So it's so important. I'm going to write that as a thumbnail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we need to plan this. I'm not the kind of girl where I say, oh, just come here, grass is really greener, guaranteed work, blah. I don't do that. I'm a realist. I like to talk about deadlines. I talk about success rates, about interviews. I'm very happy to say at the moment, I'm going to be honest with you. No, no, no. Sometimes people say honesty is for losers, but I totally believe, even in my faith, we say in business, it's very good to be transparent. Very good to be transparent. So I'm going to say this. So my UK university admission interview success rate is of 100%. Alhamdulillah, I'm really grateful. Today, one of my students, she's got a September intake interview. She got in. So the interview was this morning at 11:30. 2 hours later, I asked the university that, can you please tell my student whether she passed the interview? The weekend is coming up. University is closed. She doesn't want to wait all weekend. Could you please tell us? And by the grace of the Almighty, she passed. So she's happy. She's going to celebrate this weekend. Then the real hard work starts. I've got another student who's preparing for an interview. Oh, this is for Malta, by the way. If you've got an interview coming up, and if they give you the link that you have to book within 24 hours, please don't do that immediately if I'm your agent, because I need to prepare you, and that takes about 4 hours, because you only have one shot. You only have one chance of the interview. And I'm going to be honest with you, my success rate for Maltese interview is 50%, and I've only had 2 students having an interview. 50%, meaning one student, he passed the interview, another student didn't pass the interview. So the one who didn't pass the interview, I've talked to that student and I found out why they didn't get the interview. So now I'm going to pass that knowledge on to the next student. So that's how I work. Because every university, every college, their pass rate is different, the questions are different, and I need to collect that information. Okay, why am I talking about this? Is there anything else left to say? Right, do you have any questions? Otherwise, I'm happy to go, because I don't want to prolong this because it's a Friday. Do you have any questions? So I'm being very honest with you in terms of interviews. Don't book any interview until you've spoken to me if you are my student, number one. Number two, if you are a Feb student, there's no time to relax, because the admission window will open very, very soon. So you need to get your MOI. So I don't know why West Africans don't know what they are. Some do, some don't. MOI is medium of instruction, which means it's a letter to show that your course has been taught in English. That's what it's for. Okay? You need that. Take an application form from me. I'm happy to do that with you. Now, your transcripts, I've been told by many students that it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get a transcript, the official one. The student transcript will not do. It won't cut it. You do need to have an original transcript. If you don't, then I'll just ask you to get it, because I want you to be offer ready. I want to avoid delays. When you're solid ready, then we move on, because I've learned from my experience that when the university or the college, they keep asking for things, you guys get really tired and we all lose patience, and it's not nice. It's not pleasant. I want you to be university or college ready. Another thing is, plagiarism is a big, big deal. So for example, I will give you a plagiarism checker. Just check the plagiarism yourself. If there is plagiarism, you need to cut it down, paraphrase it. I'll give you the guidelines. I'll give you the plagiarism checker. It's free of charge. You just put your work in online, and then it gives you the check, and that's it. Does that make sense? Can a student work well? Yes, for UK and Malta it's the same. It's 20 hours a week, term time for both countries. Okay, so there's pros and cons for each. UK, we have more intakes than Malta, actually, for the college that I'm promoting. Right, okay. I think I'm kind of done. I think I'll call it a day there. If there's, yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Okay. No, I have to be transparent, because if I don't, I'm wasting your time, and I don't want that. Time is valuable, and time is valuable. That's what it is. Right, I'm going to let you go, my friends. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I'm here. I'm trying to be here every Friday just to give you updates, just to give you my opinion on how things are. As things are happening with my students, I'll share it with you, because that's how you learn from other people. And I'd love to share it with you, because whether you come through me or whether you go through another agent, if you get to any benefit from this, then I've done my job. So I've done that. Okay. Look after yourselves, respect your elders. Thank you. Respect your elders, look after your parents, say hello to your siblings. Also, drink plenty, sleep properly on time. What else? And look after yourselves. Mental health is very important. Like I said, I'm going to write this on the thumbnail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So important. I'm going to take that advice for myself as well, and I don't want you to take it as well. What's the saying? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Take care, my friends. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Take care. Bye bye.